If you want to learn about who could be the next big thing at tight end, then check out this video on a future Phenom and Kyle Pitts.
Blitz picked up, Ryan floats one down the sideline and between two defenders.
Out of the city of brotherly love, Kyle bounced around a bit while at high school, as he went to Abington Senior for his first 2 years, and Archbishop Wood for the other 2. But no matter where he was, my man was able to do his thing, whether at tight end or D-end. And so it wasn't that much of a surprise that he played in the 2018 Under Armour All-American game. And by doing so, as you can guess, he gained interest from some big schools. Programs like Baylor, Bama, and Florida all were after the Philly product. And although a tricky choice, ultimately Kyle decided to head down to the swamps of Florida to become a Gator. Going into his last season in Gainesville with 4 other tight ends on the roster, I'm sure Kyle didn't expect to do much of anything. And although he only had 3 catches, my man took full advantage of them with over 70 yards and a touchdown. Considering how much he did with how little he was given, now that he was the starting tight end the following season, there was a lot of hype around what he could do. Unlike the previous year, Kyle was actually able to get some action, and this time his 54 receptions turned into over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns, as he proved that he had what it took to be that guy in Florida. It's not a crazy stat line by any means, but considering that he was only 8 yards short of Van Jefferson as only a sophomore, let's just say Kyle was able to prove himself big time. So with all this in mind, going into his junior season after an all-SEC sophomore year, expectations were pretty high externally and internally for what Kyle could do with more of the offense. Although the season was limited to only 8 games by a certain pandemic, Kyle was on absolute demon timing, with nearly 800 yards and 12 touchdowns in only 8 games. Insane stats for a tight end playing the entire season, so the fact that Kyle did it in nearly half the time proved that he was a one-of-a-kind talent. Not only was he once again All-SEC, but a unanimous All-American and John Mackey Award winner. So needless to say, Kyle was the best tight end in all college football by a landslide, and so it seemed inevitable that he would take his talent to the next level. Usually tight ends don't go high off the board, but considering just how well Kyle played as a junior, he was seen as a top 10 and potentially top 5 talent in the entire thing. Surprisingly enough, not only did he just go within the top 10, but my man went 4th overall to join a team in need of quite a bit of help.
The Atlanta Falcons select Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida.
Not only was Kyle just drafted a bit higher than normal, but he was the highest drafted tight end in NFL history. Crazy to think about considering all the studs over the years, but not many were able to do what Kyle did in Florida. A big reason why he went so high off the board in the first place is because my man is honestly a wide receiver tight end hybrid, since he can practically make plays all across the field, and it seems like he can do it all. Considering the fact that Atlanta was dealing with problems in the receiving core, it only made sense that they would get someone to elevate the group, and it also gave Kyle a big opportunity to do his thing. Throughout the first few weeks, Kyle consistently was able to put up receiver-type numbers, but against Miami in Week 7 is where he made history. Against the Dolphins, my man set a franchise record for most yards in a single game by a tight end with over 160. It's one thing to do that on any team, but the fact that Kyle was able to do it on a team where a Hall of Famer and Tony Gonzalez played for 4 years is that much more impressive. Fast forward a bit, and talking about breaking Tony's records, against Detroit in Week 16, Kyle's 102 yards elevated his total on the year to 949, which broke yet another one of the Hall of Famers' records for this time the most yards in a single season. Crazy enough, the following week, Kyle once again made history, as this time his nearly 70 yards pushed him over 1,000 on the season, which was the first time it happened for rookie tight end since Ditka back in '61. Considering all the accolades, the fact that he was able to make a Pro Bowl was simply the cherry on top to what was already a historic season. It seems like Kyle was able to do it all as a rookie, from having over 1,000 yards receiving to breaking a ton of records, but there was one noticeable area where he wasn't able to shine. Somehow Kyle only had 1 touchdown the entire season. 2 or 3 is insane for someone with over 1,000 yards, but having only 1 is that much more crazy. The fact that Kyle wasn't used nearly as much as he should have been in the red zone is insane considering what he was able to do in Gainesville. So going into year 2, that has to change. My man was able to have 12 touchdowns in only 8 games with the Gators. So how come he only had 1 in 17 with Atlanta? It just doesn't add up. It's not like he wasn't targeted, considering that he led the team within the 20, but more so that him and Matty Ice couldn't connect a whole lot, as his completion percentage was below 40. Should the blame be on the passing or receiving? I honestly don't know. But even with the most target share of the team, Kyle still only accounted for less than 19% of the bunch. That number has to go up at least a little bit with Mariota under center, and hopefully the two can establish a connection like Pitts and Trask did in Florida. Because time and time again, Kyle has proven that he can make these type of plays. So if he could have that much more to work with this time around, then he could become one of the best tight ends in football. But not only does Kyle just want to improve his talents physically, he has also talked about wanting to get better mentally, and with that, be able to dissect defenses, and as a whole just play faster than before. Considering how well he played before all this, if he can fine-tune his game that much more, there's no telling to what Kyle could do with the Falcons. His head coach Arthur Smith even said he's just scratching the surface, and so I'm sure Kyle has a lot more in the tank. He's talked about being the best in college football, and I'm pretty sure he thinks he can do the same in the NFL. And I mean, honestly, considering the fact that Gronk just retired and Kelsey is getting up in age, I think Kyle could join the ranks of studs like Kittle, Waller, and the aforementioned Kelsey sooner than later. It took him 2 seasons to do that in Gainesville, so why not do the same in Atlanta? But anyways, what do you guys think? Can Kyle Pitts be the best tight end in football, or is there just too much talent out there? Let me know your thoughts. Kyle Pitts proved that he is one-of-a-kind talent in Florida, and now he's doing the same thing in Atlanta, so watch out.
It's Ryan airing it out deep down the sideline. Pitts, he has it with a one-handed catch.
Thanks for watching the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below stuff you want next. But anyway, see you all soon, and peace out.